All right, guys, we finished up the frame. Next step's gonna be putting together the motor stuff. Obviously, this isn't gonna be building like a whole engine, so it's gonna be a lot shorter of a video. But to anyone else who's making an electric bike with the KR5V or a Fardriver controller, this is gonna be a great video for them. So, first thing we're gonna do, take off this protective cover. We'll put it back on later, but for now, we gotta access the internal area. So, we got the phase lines, the 3 phase lines, so blue, green, yellow, those are color coded, and then negative and positive for the battery leads. So, the first thing, now that that's off, let's try to plug in this. There's 2 notches, that just plugs right on in.
And I can't turn back.
All right, there are a ton of cords. Almost all of them are completely unnecessary. But what we'll start with is, I already put this together, but this blue one right here, this is your 3-speed switch. We're not gonna be running one, so we're gonna put this loop thing, just plug it right in. That's gonna put it in the 3rd speed at all times. Next thing we're gonna do, we got our throttle. We got the throttle and the ignition lock, or the key. So that just plugs right into that. And then this one will go onto the positive lead later on. Next we have the throttle, right here, 3 pins to 3 pins. Negative, there's a green, and then there's a red. Plug right in. We have our Hall sensor. That'll plug into this in just a second. Then we got our Bluetooth. This will help us tune it on the Fardriver app. All right, now that that's done, we'll start unscrewing all of these. All right, now that all of those are off, we're putting on the battery leads. Put them on, I have them crisscrossed just because of how, actually, just go like that. Just put it on like this for now.
Red to black, no, black to red.
All right.
First.
All right, forgot the ignition lock. This also goes on with the positive. That'll make your key actually work. Screws right on in. And the next thing we're going to do is screw in those phase lines. Pretty bulky motor, 72 volts.
Very big.
It's rated for 5,000 watts. Obviously, we're going to be doing more than that. We like to live on the edge. You'd want everything coming out of that way just so you can put this back on. We don't need to put that back on right now just because we're not going to be putting it in the bike right now. Then we're going to be plugging in the Hall sensor. This is very important. Without this, the motor won't even run. Just plugs right on in. And then I think that's it. So all the other stuff is like, this stuff's for like safety, that's for a speedometer. There's boost buttons and like braking buttons, but we're not using any of that because we don't have any of that. So, the battery over, and some batteries when you plug them in, they'll make a spark. This one will not, because if you look right there, it has a very tiny little thing that's saying it will not spark when I plug it in. All right, everything's ready. If I turn the key, it'll beep. I'm not gonna rev it right now because we need to tune it, which we'll do off camera. But then after that, we'll show you the next process. All right.